Hi, I'm Jodi Raj. Welcome to my review of Gigi Fisher's book, Saving Hannah. The decision to bring life into this world or kill an innocent being lies in the hands of Nina and Hayden Stone. Nina struggles with her conscience and tries to find strength in her faith. Matters become worse when deeply buried family secrets begin to surface. She is unsure whether she can be the mother her unborn baby needs her to be. Meanwhile, her husband Hayden unintentionally ends up in the grips of a seductress. Can he step up and be the man Nina so desperately needs him to be? Wow. That is some deep reading right there. Gigi Fisher, look at you. Fancy meeting you here, hon. The only time I see you is in the office. She leaned over and gave Hayden a peck on the cheek. Hayden found it hard not to stare at Debbie. She wore a tight-fitting red dress which stuck like cling wrap over her curvaceous bottom and just about covered her breasts. Hayden lowered his eyes to the glass in front of him. He wasn't used to seeing his human resources and accounts manager dressed so provocatively. He could hardly believe she was the same down-to-earth, level-headed woman he had hired years ago. He heard the rumors about her, but actually seeing it was something different altogether. She positioned her long leg on the bottom of Hayden's bar stool. "You look like you could use some good company," said Debbie, twirling her long red painted nails playfully around Hayden's tie. "Actually, I'd like to be alone." "Oh, come on now. All work and no play makes Hayden a very dull boy," she said playfully as she waved a red painted finger in Hayden's face. "So you don't feel like talking?" "That's okay, hon." She beckoned with her finger for Hayden to come closer. When Hayden didn't budge, she moved her face towards his so that she was barely an inch from him. Hayden could smell her sensuous perfume and the smell of alcohol on her breath as she smoked. "I know just the cure for your troubles. How about we order some shooters, big boy, and see who is the last man or woman standing," purred Debbie. Hayden assumed, as many in the office did, that the alteration in her behavior had something to do with her divorce. When he looked at her, instead of seeing a destructive human being like so many did, he saw her behavior as a cry for help. He tried to think of her as a respectable employee he knew her to be. He guessed that she was probably lonely, just looking for someone to keep her company. It was clear she wasn't going to take no for an answer. "What the hell? It's just a drink. And I could use a good drink right now," thought Hayden. "Are you sure you're up for it? I don't back down easily from a challenge," said Hayden. "Okay, how about this? Let's do 4 rounds of tequila, then call it equals," said Debbie. Once the tequilas were all lined up in a row, Hayden wasted no time in downing his in quick succession. All he wanted was oblivion. No talking, no thinking. He didn't want to be transported back to his helpless childhood with an absentee mother. He didn't want to think about the anxious mother he had walked away from just minutes ago. He certainly didn't want to think about the consequences of having a child with Down syndrome. But suddenly he realized where he was and what he had done. He was being completely irresponsible drinking like this, and on a Sunday afternoon when Nina was at home, pregnant. When we talk about the fact that art imitates